Okay. Hello. Hi. Hello. Welcome to my channel, all two of you. It's your girl Kaylee. I'm back. I apologize for last week not uploading a video. I was sicker than a dog. And when I say sick, I say I have a migraine. And people who have chronic migraines, I give you props because that migraine hit and I was down. Like, I've never had a migraine, and that was a horrible migraine. I was throwing up and everything. It was terrible. So that's why I didn't post the video last week. I apologize. I'm wanting to do it weekly. So I thought I'd upload this video, and it's gonna be part 1 of my story, because guess what today is? It's April 22nd. It's Earth Day. It's my birthday. I am 24. I am now in my mid-20s, and 30 is slowly creeping up on me, but I'm not like too terrified yet because I still got a good amount of years, but I'm still kind of scared, but it's fine. It's fine. I'll have my life together by then. That's what I thought when I was this age. It's fine. We are fine. So this is going to be part 1 of my story. I'm going to keep it a little lighthearted. I've been through a ton of crap, so a lot of crap, okay? So this is like the general overview, and then I'll probably touch on each subject matter that I get to throughout the story. So first of all, my name is Kaylee Danae Grissom. I was born today at 3:33 in the morning. My social security number is, just kidding. Jana and Roy are my parents. They've been high school sweethearts. They've been married for 25 years now. They are kicking it strong. And I have a little brother. He's 2 years younger than me. His name is Cody. We are super close. We're like best friends. We're like twins. We're like thick and thin. Thick as thieves. That's the word. Stupid. I have my nanny and papa that you'll hear me talk about. That's my mom's parents. I absolutely adore them. They are perfect spiritual leaders. They are awesome. And then my grandma Diana is my dad's mom. I absolutely adore her. She can crochet you anything, man. You just give her a picture and she can do it. So that's my family. We were born I was born in Texas, raised in Texas. I'm still in Texas. I'm a Texas gal, y'all. I cheered, rodeoed, did softball, track. Yeah, I did a couple of other sports in between that I just was like, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not that coordinated. Like volleyball, basketball. I was horrible at those. So yeah, that's like the general background. We basically live on a farm. We have chickens, cows, goats, horses, dogs. I have my dog Falcor. He is a German Shepherd mix, and then I have a little Chihuahua named Missy, and then I have a horse named Chakota. Okay, so those are my pets. Those are out of the way. Basics done. I was saved, and that's what Christians say when you accept Jesus and you follow him, right? You believe that he died on the cross and rose again for your sins. I was 5 years old, so I was basically raised in the church, and then 5 years old, I came to know Christ, and then I got baptized. I think I was 7. I sang a song with one of my mom's friends and got baptized. So later on down the road, I'm in middle school, and my mom's a teacher, so I would go to whatever school she was teaching at. And I got bullied severely in middle and high school. In middle school, I had acne, and so they would call me pepperoni face, and then I started wearing makeup, and they would call me cake face. So nothing like I couldn't win. It was a lose-lose situation. And then they started calling me too pale. I was so white. Stop being so white. Get a tan. So then I would get spray tans, and then they would make fun of me for that. And I had multiple health issues. I've had 9 abdominal surgeries and 3 knee surgeries, most in high school and middle school. A few in college. But it sucked. I would come home, or I would go to my mom's classroom after school, and I would cry to her and say that it sucked. So while I think I was like in 8th, 9th, and 10th grade, I was a worship leader for a church, or youth worship leader for the church. And my dad was the youth pastor, and it was awesome. It was my getaway. People were awesome, because I I didn't stick to a clique. I'm a social butterfly. I hang out with everybody. I adapt to everybody. Like, I just love everyone and I want to be everybody's friend, right? And so I never stuck with a clique. And plus I moved schools and I love change. I love meeting new people. So I didn't mind it. But nasty rumors would get spread about me, like, and then I went from a big town school to a small town school where you have to be in a clique or you're not accepted. And I was not accepted. Everyone was nice to my face, but they were so like vicious. They were so mean to me. All my boyfriends cheated on me basically. And yeah, like it sucked. Just a general overview. I'll touch on these in a different video. I overdosed when I was 16 and when I was 20 years old. So I overdosed when I was 16 because I had an abusive boyfriend who bit me 9 times up and down the arm. I'll get more into that, talk more about that, and about the history of that and how I've come from a better place from that. Same with my overdose when I was 20. My ex-husband now, he was my husband then, basically called me worthless and left me home alone. I took a bottle of his muscle relaxers and then it goes from there. So I was put into a mental institute both times and I have learned and grown a lot from that, and my heart reaches out to those people. And one thing I want to touch on from the first mental institute when I was 16 that I went into, the girls there kept telling me that I was too pretty to be there. And I want to let y'all know right now, mental illness does not care if you're too pretty, if you're too buff, if you're too tall, too short. It doesn't care about your physical characteristics at all or who you are. Like, you could be the happiest person in the world. You could be the richest person. You could be whatever. It doesn't care. It's going to attack. And I am thankful for the programs and therapists and doctors that we have to help correct that and get us back on the right path. But it was crazy, okay? I led 2 people to Christ in my first mental institute, and then the second one, when I was 20, I led 1 person to Christ. So it had good out of the suffering, right? So I'll touch on those in another video. And then, let's see, another thing I wanted to touch on. The summer I graduated, so I graduated early. I was 17, and then I turned 18. That summer, I go to a friend to go swimming. Lo and behold, there's these 7 guys there. They range from ages 27 to 29. We're 18. They basically force beer down our throats because they paid for it. They made me drink. I swear they slipped something in my drink when I walked to the truck to check my phone and come back because my phone was dead. I woke up naked in a towel. And my friend was calling me a slut and a whore, saying she heard me screaming all night. It woke her up. And I was like, why didn't you come save me? And she's like, you're a slut, you're a slut, you're a slut. And I don't remember a thing. I cried to my parents the next day. I don't even remember how I got home. I know I drove because my truck was there. And they take me to JPS, which is a renowned hospital for rape screening, for the ER, for everything. So they did a screening. And it was the most violating thing I've ever felt, ever. They took pictures of everything. They did testing. Thank God I didn't have any diseases, but they did ultimately say that there's different types of semen in me and that it's cuts, and they said they just, I guess, went to town. So I had to recover from that. That really made me really devalue myself. So it brought me a little lower. And with my boyfriend that bit me 9 times, I went to the police. So I'm kind of back skirt so you can see why I got upset at this time. So I went to the police for my boyfriend biting me, and the fact that it was done at a county event, a school event, it was at the FFA county show, I had to go to the school policeman. Well, one of my friends was in the truck with us when he bit me, and she bit me too. So I would have to file against her as well. Well, her mom is a policewoman. So the policeman that I went and talked to is buddies with the policewoman and was like, well, this sounds like horseplay, and chalked it up as horseplay. I had pictures. I even had the bruises still on me from the bites, like a couple of days later. Like, they were deep. It wasn't like they just sat there and, oh, ha, ha, ha. No, they bit me. Some drew blood. I still have some scars from them. So, and he did a whole lot of other things to me that I'll talk about the abuse that I've gotten from men in another video. So I have several things to touch on in several different videos that I will go in more depth. But this is just a general overview, kind of part one of my story. And so it just got dismissed. It got swept under the rug. I felt so like defeated, and they called me a liar because they had 3 people, say no, none of that happened. And so that's when I did the overdose with my nanny's blood pressure medicine. And then later on, I do the rape screening with JPS, John Peter Smith, and it completely devastated me when I found out what happened and that my friend was not there for me. I was like, am I that worthless that I just get tossed around and then my friend doesn't care to even help me? And she steals stuff from that house and they're blaming me for stealing it. So I go to the police for that one, and he goes, you're 18, right? And I said, yeah. He goes, you chose to drink, right? I am bawling, and I can remember his bald, stupid head that day. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? He's like, you're 18, you chose to drink. This is not, did you steal all this? And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? And I told my parents I didn't want to go to the cops because of that. I knew they wouldn't do anything about it. So our justice system was so screwed. I was so mad and upset at that. But that time, I moved forward. But all through like high school, I popped pills. Anytime I had a problem, I'd pop 1 or 2 codeines. Like, I didn't care. I didn't want to care. And so 18, I was kind of getting over it. I was getting off of the pills because I was running out of them. So I finally come down off of that addiction. And I end up going to this Baptist college in Marshall, Texas. And that's where I learned how to cuss the most. And that's where I met my ex-husband. I met him there in 2015. 2014. We got married in 2015, a year later. Our relationship was volatile even before. It was toxic. We would yell at each other. He would yell at me in public. He would take other people's sides. Like, he did not care about me at all. And I just was infatuated the fact that we were interracial and that I found him in college and we were young and in love. So we got married at 19 despite what our parents said, like his parents, my parents, everyone begged us not to get married, but we did. And the first years are always hard. So I let the first year play itself out. This guy emotionally and verbally abused me the first 2 years, 2 years, and kept on in our marriage. And he would make me feel pretty when he wanted to, but then he would just down me and say, no one else would want you after being with me. No one else can see you the way I see you. You're gonna wear that. He tried on some of my clothes and said I could not wear certain things and got rid of some parts of my wardrobe that he did not like. He would control what I was doing, where I was going, who I was with. He alienated me. And then he started getting, after the first, I think it was like a year and a half, I filed for a divorce because he cheated on me and gave me an STD. And he got mad at me for giving us the STD. He got mad at me for getting mad at him. He was like, you need to be by my side and hold my hand and help me through this. You don't need to be criticizing me. Bruh, you're the one that did this to me. No. So we get over that, and I want a divorce. So I file for a divorce, and I'm so weak-minded. He's broken me down so much that 2 weeks later, I end up back with him. We annul it. We cancel the divorce decree, and we moved to Colorado. And by this time, I was told that I couldn't have kids by myself, or naturally. I had to do IVF or, the in vitro stuff. And that just devastated me. So we moved to Colorado, and that's my second overdose. And he never visited me in the mental institute, but my parents did every day. And then I got pregnant on New Year's. And then I lost him at 18 weeks. And those are his little footprints. His name is Caius Ray, and Caius means joy in Swedish. And there will be a video talking about my baby. And I want all women to know that I am here for you, whether you lost your baby at 3 weeks or 30 weeks, that's losing a child. And I got you. And we can get through this grief together. And it's never gonna be over, but we can get through it because we're strong women. So I lost my baby. And then finally, a year later, in 2018, I just had it. And I got a divorce and finalized it. And March 2019 was when it was finalized. So it's a year now. I am out of that abuse. I am thriving with my new boyfriend that I absolutely adore. Like, this is how our relationship's supposed to be. I love him so much, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with him. So yeah, deuces.